Yeah, there is already everything. There is no separation. There is nothing sticking out. Even what appears to be stories is just everything hearing as stories, different stories. So everything can't be known because there's nothing outside of everything to know everything. Even what appears to be speaking that seems to be happening is just everything speaking. Even what appears to be listening that seems to be happening is just everything listening. Listening, speaking, waiting, appearing as sensations, appearing as different thoughts, thoughts of yesterday, thoughts of today, thoughts of the future. There is already nothing separate from everything to know everything, to get everything, or to become one with everything. There is just everything, even appearing as something separate from everything, trying to get everything. So, this as it is, you can call it everything, nothing, spaciousness, you can call it whatever. But itself as it is already nothing, is already not a thing, is already nameless, is already formless, is already empty. It's just neutrality. That which is neutral appearing as the opposite, appearing as black or white, bottom, top, left, right. It's just already that which is neutral appearing as that, as the opposite. There is really nothing that is happening here. Something happening is just a story, which is already everything, which is already nothing. So there is really nothing to get here. There is really nothing to find. There is really nothing for what seems to be an individual to learn, to become, or to get, because there is already no individual here. There's just everything, wholeness already. This, as it is, isn't divided. There are no different parts. There are no separate parts here. There's just this. Appearing as all stories, appearing as sensations, feelings, thoughts, appearing as being satisfied or not, appearing as the attempt of trying or the attempt of getting something or not. So all is this already, no matter the shape or form it may appear to be. It's just that which is undivided. It's just that which is not divided. There is no Charles here. There is no Nkosi here. There's just talking happening, thoughts appearing, waiting happening, looking for something other than what is happening, looking for answers happening or not. There is really no answer here. Thing. And this isn't a message. This is nothing already that appears as everything. So everything is empty. The apparent happening that seems to be going somewhere in the story is just an empty appearance in this. There is no orchestrator of just what's happening or what seems to be happening. This isn't going to get anywhere. There's really nothing to achieve here. There's just simply what is, just this, sitting on a chair, looking, waiting, thinking, listening, talking, the computer screen, the walls, the space. There's really nothing to say. And this can't be said. This can't be known. This can't be grasped. This is already not true. There is already no you, no me, just simply what is. People, people talking on the streets, cars hooting, birds flying, chirping, the weather, the cloudy weather, sunny weather. It doesn't really matter. Even what appears to be to matter for the separate self, it doesn't really matter. What appears to matter is just a story. Even to say this matters is just a story. Everything is already empty. Every every attempt to say or to convince or to convey a certain message is already empty. It's already going nowhere because there isn't anybody here who's even listening. There's just talking happening. There's just listening happening, which is just already empty. The talking is empty, the listening is empty. There isn't anyone who's separate, who's gonna get anywhere by listening to this message, which isn't really a message. So all there is this. All there is wholeness. All there is vastness. You can call it whatever. It doesn't really matter. Even to say it matters, it doesn't matter. Even to say buts, it doesn't matter. It's already going nowhere. There is no actual movement here. There is no movement. But in the story, it may seem as if there is a real movement happening. But that which appears to move is just wholeness dancing It's just everything appearing to tense. There is no real movement. There isn't anyone who's going anywhere. All these bodies are already going nowhere. It's just a dream without a dreamer. It's just a dream for no one. So there's no one to wake up. Only a recognition that it was just a dream. But there is no separate recognizer to recognize that it's even a dream. It was just a dream. It is already that which is nothing, that which can't be found, recognizing that it's just a dream. So this is beautiful. This is empty. This is nothing. This is everything. And this isn't special. Yet what appears to be specialness may seem to appear in the story. Something claiming that it's special. Something claiming that it was born and one day it will die. But that as it is just already everything appearing as something that was born that will eventually die. There isn't anybody who has been born or who will die at a certain stage. It's just an empty story, just an empty appearance. All words are empty. All words mean nothing. Even to say, but they are words that have a certain meaning. That means nothing. That is nothing. It's just an appearance in this. So the separate self that seems to be the center of the universe has never been found. The separate self that claims to be a victim of the apparent happening has never been found. And it can never be found because there's no separate finder to find it. And there's no it to find. There's just simply this appearing as something saying the separate self has never been found. That's that's what seems to be looking, or the looking that seems to be happening is already empty. There isn't anyone who's looking, and there is nothing to look. There's just this appearing as looking, appearing as searching, and there's nothing to find, and there's nobody here to find it. There's just this already. What is? You can say it is and isn't, because there is what appears to be people walking in the streets. There is what appears to be the room, the walls, the space, yet it's nothing. It's not really a thing that can be grasped, that can be seen. It's just nothing. It is empty. Everything is empty
So what would you
because
say?
everything is this.
So what would you say to us that for which the separate self is very real, seems very real, and there's pain? What would you say to people out there who are deep in the clutches of pain born from, ideas of responsibility and shame and all the other sort of human concepts that you say?
Well, yeah, what I can say is that there is already nobody anywhere uh, who is going through anything, who feels separate from everything, who's looking for wholeness. No, there's really nothing to say because there's no one already who's separate from this to get anything here, to find anything here. There isn't anything to find. And there's no one here who knows anything, who knows something, you know. Everything is already empty because everything is already this. Even what appears to be people looking for separate from everything, who has lost all hope, in finding the totality. It's just this already appearing as that, as somebody who has lost hope, who feels separate from everything, who wants to get or who wants to become one with the whole. So that's experience of separation itself as it is may seem to, drop or fall away. There can be also a recognition that there wasn't anyone who was looking for anything, who was feeling separate already. So this right here doesn't say separation. It says the unity of all things. It says things as one. But the stories may seem to happen of people who feel separate, who wants to get clarity on something about wholeness, who wants to to get to a certain level in spirituality. But that's as it is. It's just that which is undivided, appearing as somebody who wants to get to a certain level. So what I can say is that there's no one here to find anything, and there's nothing here to find. There's just what's happening. People looking for something and talking happening, which isn't really directed to anyone. It's just
Right.
talking that appears as a result of the experience of separation.
But there's pain. Pain is experienced. Pain is experienced through delusion, maybe by no one, but pain is experienced by delusion. There is pain.
Mm.
And words affect pain.
mean-
Ideas affect pain.
Yeah. Yeah. But this right here, this as it is, it's not. It doesn't say there shouldn't be any attempts to fix the pain. If there's pain, when there's pain in the body, an attempt to go to the doctor to see the doctor may seem to happen, may seem to play out. An attempt to go to a spiritual uh, people might go and see a spiritual leader. They may receive a prayer there. If there are energy, there are problems with energy around the body, and the one who uses energy to heal, to do all sorts of things with energy, using energy can do that as well. An energy healer may do something about that. Anything may seem to happen, There's nothing that is suppressed here. This doesn't suggest that there should be any suppression of anything. Things may still happen as they are, but already it's just how this wholeness expresses itself. There is already nobody who's doing anything, even though in the story it may seem as if there is a real spiritual leader, a real energy healer, or a real doctor who's taking care of a patient or somebody who's feeling pain in the body. But it's just how wholeness expresses itself. There isn't a real separate somebody here who's doing anything. There's no doer. Everything is this already. So anything may arise here. Anything may happen, The blinking itself as it is just how this vastness, nothing, everything expresses itself as blinking. Heart's palpitations, headache, yet they might seem to be any interpretation about the headache, about their heart's palpitations, or any pain that is felt. There can be thoughts or interpretation, something saying, but this means you're going to die. This means there's something wrong in the body. Wanted to find out that it's just a pain. It's just a headache. It doesn't mean anything.
So your advice to those that are experiencing pain and intense separation is it doesn't mean anything?
Uh, First of all, I would say there's no one here already. There's no them. There's no they. There's no us. There's no you. Just this appearing as people saying we are experiencing separation. You know, we need something to be done. We need somebody to work things out here. You know, we are dying. We are losing our lives. But there isn't anybody who's dying. It's just this saying, I'm dying. We are dying. We are separate. So there's nothing to be done. It's just an empty um, report. It's just a report. Something reporting about the situation, about the emotions that I felt. I feel so sad because of what I've just witnessed. I feel so sad. My heart is painful. I feel so much sadness that can be allowed here to play out. You know, some there is something may seem to say, okay, we can pray together, we can fast together, we can help each other, you know, to alleviate that, to remove all that. That's not wrong or right. You know, it's just an expression of everything. You know, this doesn't say that shouldn't happen. This should happen. You know. Somehow this um, can be seen as just scripts that are written along the way. You know, just scripts that are just being written as as things happen, seem to happen. Any direction can be taken. Anything can happen. They can be just suddenly a meteorites may just fall from the sky out of nowhere. You know, and there can be any some interpretations. Something may seem to say, "Oh, this means it's the end of the world. Oh, something great is coming." Some may say, "Oh, something bad is about to happen." It's just a stone falling from the sky. It means nothing. Nothing has built-in meaning. You know, it can be given so many meanings. There can be a spiritual meaning or an emotional meaning, physical meaning. All these are just stories. Christ is coming back. Everything is beautiful. Every expression is beautiful because every expression is already totality, is already whole and complete. There's nothing separate from this. Even religion is already this. And this isn't separate. Even when a thought of separation appears to say, but there is separation. Excuse me. People, but people are suffering, but people are dying. This isn't separate. That which seems to say people are dying, people are suffering, is already wholeness, saying that which seems to say is already wholeness, saying those words. It's wholeness already. There's no Gossi here. There's no Charles here. There's no George here already. There's just everything, which is already empty. Which in the story it may seem as if it's going somewhere. It's getting somewhere. But there's nowhere to get to. And there's nothing to get to anyway. There's just simply what's happening. Just this ordinariness. Even that which seems to say there must be something other than this. It can't be just this. It can't be just sitting on the chair, just the walls, just the space, just people walking around. There must be something beyond this. There must be something um, spiritual beyond everything that we see. It's just this already. Everything is this.
Fine line between spirituality and banality.
What is what is
Banality.
banality?
I said there's a fine line between spirituality and banality. Banal. I don't know how to explain the word banal. Let's see. I don't know about this definition, but boring.
Yeah.
Boring. Unoriginal. Not new, not novel. Just plain. Nothing special. Depressing.
Yeah. Um, if there seems to be um, expectations, if there seems to be something waiting for the next exciting experience, then it may seem to be boring. But when there is seeing, when it is seen that all this, there's so much beauty in when there's a recognition that this is everything. This is not divided. In the experience of separation, it may seem as if this is boring. This, there must be something, you know, more exciting than this. It can't be just this. That's an experience of separation, which, as it is already just this. So it's not to say the experience of separation is something separate from this. It's this appearing as an experience of separation, saying there must be something other than this, which is more exciting. The separate self is always looking for something exciting, next experience, beautiful moment. It's the separate self lives, depends on the lives by depending on the, the beautiful experience or the next exciting moment happening. Usually it gets bored when you point to this, when there's pointing to this as already what is being longed for. It says no, it can't be just this. There must be something other than this. But that's as it is. It's just this saying there must be something other than this. I'm bored. There's no escape. Yeah, it's just a play. It's just a play.
Spiritual leaders are supposed to provide escape. Where's the way out? The Buddha promised a way out of suffering. Where is this? Where's the door? You don't have to answer that. I'm just joking.
I understand.
I need to get to work, but thank you, Nkosi. Bye. See you next Tuesday.
You're welcome.